I have asked us here to find out the voltage drop across 4 ohm resistance and current through this impedance. Means they have asked this value of current here, J2 ohm, and minus J2 ohms means this value. So ultimately they have asked what is the current through this inductor and what is the current flowing through this capacitor. Fine. And they have also asked what will be the voltage drop across this 4 ohms. So first we have to find out the current through here. Right. Okay. So in the solution, we have discussed that when there is a numerical of the nodal analysis, all the sources must be the current source. And if there is a any voltage source, convert that current source into a voltage source. So here you can see that there are two voltage sources here. One is of 50 volt, another is of 50 at an angle 90. So we will convert both these voltage source into current source. So what we will do in the first step, convert the voltage source into its equivalent current source. Fine. So after that, we will draw the network and we will see how this will be converted. Okay. So first we will convert this one. So now like this. So now that resistance is now come in parallel. Okay. So this will be 4. Okay. Sorry, this will be 5. So that value of the resistance is 5. What will be the value of current here? The current is simply voltage by resistance. So voltage is 50 and resistance is 5. So this value of current is come out, whose value is J2 ohm. Then there is this 4 ohm resistance. After that there is a capacitor whose value is minus J2. And then there is conversion of this source, this voltage source into current source. Okay. So like this. So this value will be 2 and this current source, the value of the is 50 at an angle 90 degree divided by 2. So this is come out to be 25 at an angle 90 degree. Right? We have done in the first step, we have converted this both the voltage source into current source. Okay. Now, according to the nodal analysis, what is our next step? We will identify the number of nodes here and we will find out the node voltage here. Okay. So just by observation, can anybody tell me how many nodes are there? Anyone? Hello, student. Yes, anyone can tell me how many nodes are there?
2,
2. Which one?
3,
2, 3, 4, 5. Not like that. No, it's correct answer. See, if you see that this, now tell me this will be node or not? Yes or no?
yes,
Yes. This will be yes. But these two will be same. Why same? Because there is no element between this. So there is only one node here. You can see here. Similarly, this and this will be same because there is no element between these two. So this will be your second node. Fine. And you can see that this point, this point, this point and this 4. These 4 are node, but there is no element here. So this can be considered as a single node and we will give that as number 3 and you will write like this. So this will represent as which node? Reference node. So actually there was three nodes, and out of these three I have taken this bottom node which is a number 3 as a reference. So I have made it a ground. So ground means here voltage is 0. Fine. What will be the voltage here? I will assign here voltage as V1 and I will assign here voltage as V2. Fine. So you can observe here is that here what I have done, I have first identified the nodes. So here we have a three nodes here. 1, 2, 3. Out of these three, two are non-reference node, 1 and 2, and third one is a reference node. Fine. So this is our third step. Second step. Now in the third step, what we will do, we will apply KCL to each node. Okay. So first you will write apply KCL at node 1. So when we do that, what we will get? Okay. So you can see this is the node 1. So how many elements are connected at node 1? One resistance, this is of 4 ohm, one inductor and one resistance. Okay. So find out the current here. So what is the voltage here? Here voltage is V1 again. Okay. So first I will write for this one 5 ohm. So for 5 ohm it is current is V1 upon 5 plus. What about this one? V1 voltage is V1, value of the resistance is J2 or ohmic value J2. So write as it is plus. Now you can see this element 4. Okay. This 4 is connected between first and second node. 4 ohm resistance is connected between first and second node. So what will be its voltage? Its voltage is V1 minus V2. Okay. Its voltage is V1 minus V2. So this voltage is V1 minus V2 divided by 4. Okay, because this is common to both the node V1, V2. Just similar to the mesh analysis where if the mutual element is between 1 and 2 mesh, we will write I1 minus I2. So here if the element is contained between two nodes, we will write V1 minus Y2, V1 minus V2. Okay, and there is no other element, and this should be equal to the corresponding current towards the node. So this is the node 1, and you can see that 10 ampere of current, and this 10 ampere of current is coming towards the node. So if it is coming towards the node, treat this as a positive. So it is equal to 10. So this is the KVL equation for the node 1 where we have a 3 elements. Okay. So if you solve this, so it will be become, collect the V1, V2 terms, 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon J2 plus 1 upon 4. Right? Plus minus of 1 upon 4 V2 is equal to 0. As there are two unknowns, so equation will come in terms of V1 and V2. So after that, you have to solve this. Okay. So if you solve this, this will become 1 upon 5 is 1 upon 2 and 0.5. Okay. Plus 1 upon 4 means minus 0.25 V2. Right? And this will become equal to, sorry, not 0, it will become equal to 10. Okay, will become equal to 10, and this will be your equation number 1. So in that way we have written the KCL equation for node 1. Now similarly we will write the KCL equation for node 2. Okay, so you can see that in the next step, apply KCL at node 2, and after that we will get another equation. Okay, so you can see that at node 2 there are three elements, this 4 minus J2 and this 2. So what will be voltage here? V2. So it is V2 by 2. Fine. So I will write V2 by 2 plus V2 by, now it is minus J2. So write as it is, minus J2. And here it will become V2 minus V1 by 4 plus V2 minus V1 divided by 4. And this should be equal to the current. So you can see that this current is coming towards the node. So it is taken as positive. So what will be the value of that current? 25 at an angle 90. Fine. So this will be the KCL equation for the node 2. Now collect all the terms V1, V2. So this will be minus 1 upon 4 V2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon minus J2 plus 1 upon 4 V2. This should be equal to 25 at an angle 90. Right? So after that you have to write 1 by 4 means 0.25. So minus 0.25 V2. Sorry, here it is V1. Sorry. V1 plus 1 upon 2 means 0.5 V2, and this will be equal to 25 at an angle 90. Okay, so this will be your equation number 2. So as we have two nodes, we have written two equations. Fine. So for node 1 we have another equation, for node 2. Now after that what we will do, we will write down both these equation in a matrices. Okay, so in the next step, write down equation 1 and 2 in matrices. The purpose of writing the in the matrices is that so that we can easily apply the Cramer's rule. We have studied the Cramer's rule. Okay, so first equation is 0.45 minus j 0. So 0.45 minus j 0.5. Here it is minus 0.25. This equation is minus 0.25 and this is 0.75 plus j 0.5. As there are two nodes, so size of matrices is 2 by 2. You can see that there are 4 elements. Here it will come V1 and V2, which is the unknown, and this will be equal to the current matrices. So first there is a 10. You can see that in first equation there is a 10, and in the second equation it has 25 at an angle 90. Fine. So in that way, we have note down the first two equations. Now my aim is to find out V1 and V2. For that, I will be using the method Cramer's rule. I have told you about the Cramer's rule. By Cramer's rule, according to the Cramer's rule, what will be the value of V1? V1 is delta 1 upon delta. In mesh analysis, we written I1 delta 1 upon delta, and value of V2 is delta 2 by delta. Right? So if you want to find out V1 and V2, I have to find out the values of delta 1 and delta 2. Right? And value of delta. I already told you that this matrix first, this matrix is delta. Determinant of this matrix is delta. And how to calculate delta 1 and delta 2. Okay, so we will see one by one. So first we will be getting the values of delta. So find out in determinant form. So it is 0.45 minus j 0.5 minus 0.25. I have just copying the upper one, minus 0.5, 0.75 plus j 0.5. Okay. Now solve the determinant. So when you solve the determinant, cross multiplication is that simply 0.45 minus j 0.5 multiplied with, you have to simply cross multiply here. Okay, and then cross multiply here. 0.75 plus j 0.5. Okay, minus of 0.25 and minus of 0.25. Okay, so when you solve this one, I have solved this in a calculator, and after that I got this answer: 0.525 minus j 0.15. Okay, so this is the answer of delta. Yes, so in that way I have calculated the delta just by cross multiplication. Now, what is our next step? Our next step is to find out delta 1 and delta 2. So, how you get delta 1, which I have told you already. So, again, it is a determinant. So, what? Replace the first column of this delta matrix with the current matrix. So, this is your current matrix I. Okay. This is your V matrix, and this is your Y matrix. Y means admittance matrix. Fine. So replace the first column by this one. So how you replace? 10, 25 angle 90 is replaced with this column, and rest of the thing will remain same. So it is 10, 25 at an angle 90 for the delta 1, and here the rest will become same. So 0.25, and here 0.75 plus j 0.5. Fine. Now again repeat the same procedure, just a cross multiplication. So if you make a cross multiplication, I will write in downwards. So delta 1 will become 10 multiply with the 0.75 plus j 0.5 minus of minus 0.25 into angle 25 at an angle 90 degree. Okay. Now if you solve, this is in your 5. Okay, plus j5. Fine. And this will become plus, this will become 0.25 into 25, 6.25, and angle is 90, so this will become plus j 6.25. Okay, if you solve in calculator you will get this answer. So your delta 1 is come out to be 7.5 plus j 11.25. Okay, so this is the value of delta. Now similarly I will calculate values of delta 2. So how you get the delta 2? Now replace the current matrices by the second column. Okay, so 10 at an angle 50 is now come here, and rest of the things will same. So 0.45 minus j 0.5, here minus 0.25, and here it is 10, and here it is 25 and at an angle 90. Fine. Now simply solve this determinant. So when you solve this determinant, your delta 2 is come out to be 0.45 minus j 0.5 angle 25 at an angle 90 minus 10 into 0.25. Okay, I have simply cross multiplied that. Okay, so here you will get the values of delta 2. Okay, so when you cross multiply, so that is come out to be 0.45 into minus j, so this will come out to be 11, this will be 50. Okay, so now we get delta 1, delta 2 and delta. So now we easily calculate v1 and v2. Okay, So I will be calculate the values of V1, V2. Okay. So V1 is delta 1 upon delta. So delta 1 I have just calculated in upper 7.5 plus J 11.25. 7.5 plus J 11.25, and this should be divided by delta. Delta we have calculated 0.525, 0.525 minus J 0.15. Okay, so you will get V1 here. Similarly, I will write V2, then I will calculate both at the same time. So delta 2 by delta. Okay, so this will become 15 plus J 11.25 divided by 0.525 minus J 0.15. Okay, so if you solve both this equation, you will get the values of V1 and V2. So I have calculated V1 is come out to be 7.547 plus J 23.58. Okay, if I am wrong, please correct me. Okay, and V2 is come out to be 20.75 plus J 27.36. Okay, so keep your answer in the same format because they have now asked V1 and V2. What they have asked? They have asked find out the voltage across the 4 ohm resistor. You can see the question. 4 ohm resistor and current. Voltage drop across 4 ohm resistance. Okay. So if I want to find out the voltage drop across 4 ohm resistance, it is simply the this one. You can see it is simply the voltage drop. So it is V1, this is V2. So it is V1 minus V2. Okay. So that voltage drop across 4 ohm resistance is simply V1 minus V2. Okay. So you substitute values of V1 and V2. You have already have this value 7.547 plus J 23.58 minus 20.75 plus J 27.36. You can write V2 minus V1 also. Both are the correct thing. No problem. Okay. So when I have solved this, I have got 13.203 plus J 3.78. Okay. So by using this, you can find out the first answer. Right? Voltage drop across 4 ohms. So it's simply V1 minus V2. Now they have asked the current in the impedance J2 and minus J2. So what is the current in the impedance J2? It is V1 upon J2. Okay. And what is the current in the minus J2? V2 upon minus J2. Okay. So rest of the things are now very simple. So the first is current in J2 is simply V1 upon J2. V1 upon J2. So V1 you have calculated. V1 is come out to be 7.547. Okay. 7.547 plus J 23.58 divided by J2. Okay. Now, if you solve this, you will get your answer. I have find out that which is come out to be 11.79 minus J 3.77 ampere. 3.77 ampere. Okay. So similarly, we can calculate the current in minus J2, which is come out to be V2 minus J2. So V2 you have 20.75 plus J 27.36 divided by minus J2. Okay, this which is come out to be minus 13.68 plus J 10.375 ampere. Okay, here both answer we have calculated in terms of the rectangular form. Now you can easily convert this into your polar form like by using simple calculator. So the first is 11.79 minus 3.77. Okay, so you can convert and you will get the answer as 12.37 and your angle is come out to be minus 17.74 degree ampere. Right? So this is the value of the current which is flowing through the J2 impedance. Okay. And similarly, if we calculate for the bottom one, the current flowing through the minus J, which is come out to be 17.15 and angle is come out to be 142 degree 0.9 degree. Fine. So in that way, we have find out the current flowing through the which one minus J2. This is the current flowing through J2 and this is the voltage drop across the resistance. Okay. So in that way, I have finished with my question.